Yo, what's up, man? We are back. But this time we have a guest with us, man. We have Mr. Austin Benson reporting live down here at Stable Hall, man. Just introduce yourself to the people, man. Tell them your record, all that good stuff, man.
AB, I go by AB, name Austin Benson. Currently 5-0, March 29th. Put some belt to ass, and I'll be 6-0. Originally from Sacramento, California. Been in Texas probably 15 years, San Antonio the last about 6 years.
Gotcha, man. So what kind of brought you to San Antonio, man? And how long have you been boxing? You know what I'm saying?
Been boxing, I kind of came up in the gym as a child, off and on. My uncle was a pro, he fought for Golden Boy. But I was more in athletics, so I was more into football. So boxing was just an off-season thing. I was just in there like a body for the fighters. Truly, like, started boxing was probably 2017. Right after my football career, I started amateur, and then I guess about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we finally made the leap into the pros.
I got you. So I want to say I've seen you fight before. I used to live in Sacramento too, by the way, before I moved out here. But I want to say I've seen you fight before. What's one of the biggest things that you're looking forward to for your next coming fight? What is the biggest thing you're looking for? Obviously winning, right? Everybody wants to win. But as you're going through this process, we want to kind of get the people a sense of who you are, right? So like your routine, your daily routine and stuff like that. What's one of the biggest things while you're in camp getting ready for your next fight that you're looking forward to?
Just staying the course and trusting the process. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, right now, boxing ain't paying the bills. So I work a full-time job. I'm a full-time father. I'm a full-time husband. So just trying to prioritize all that with rest and, making sure myself is good. Because if I'm good, everybody's good.
Now I feel you, man. Hey, so you walk right into a good segue question for me, man. So the name of this podcast is Relentless Purpose Podcast, right? Just RPP, TKO version, boxing version, man. And what you saying, you being a full-time fighter, full-time worker, and a full-time husband, you obviously are doing this with a bigger purpose in mind, bigger goal in mind. You know what I'm saying? So what is your ultimate goal from the sport of boxing? Besides being a champion and all that, we understand everybody wants belts. But what are you looking for boxing to do for you and to give to your family?
To be real, man, I'm kind of past. Like, I'm too old for the real champion. So it's really just to show my wife and kids, and really my babies, my son, that if you stay steadfast and do what you believe in, you can conquer all your dreams and desires, no matter what life throw at you. It's past due. I just had to find a new approach to an old dream. So we right on track for that.
Absolutely. So kind of like what he said, right? The name of the podcast, Relentless Purpose Podcast. For you, what do you feel like your main purpose? Like, other than, like, being there for your wife, your kids, and kind of showing your kids, like, hey, you stick to it, you can do anything you want to do. If you had to say, my legacy is this, and I'm leaving this behind, whatever the case may be, like, what would be your purpose in life?
Just set my children up for real. I feel like if I set them up, I did my job as a parent, and just show them that resilience is that. I mean, that's probably the best word that describes me, is just resilience and perseverance. You know what I'm saying? So again, like, showing them that no matter what the odds may be or what's stacked against you or any trials and tribulations you may have been faced with, just resilient, stay the course and make it shake.
If you wanted the people to know something about you that they don't know whatsoever before leading up into this fight, what is one thing, if you had to get off the mic right now, what is one thing that you want them to know about you before you get there? Because we want to bring the whole city out. So before we bring the whole city out, we got to let them know who they coming out to see.
I know it's a really cliche, but man, what you see is what you get, man. A lot of people say a real one, but that's what it is, man. What you see is what you get. Ain't no faking. That's just what it is.
Nah, for real, that's real, man. So every good boxer has a team behind them, right? Whether it be promotional group, whether it be head trainer, whether it be cut man, whether it be second trainer, how many trainers you might have, man. So just talk a little bit about your team and your camp and who you have in your background supporting you during them tough days, man. As we know, everybody that watches boxing hasn't been through camp, but me seeing camps before and then you actually going through a camp, just talk about how tough that can be mentally, trying to push through. Like you just said, you still have a full-time job. You know what I'm saying? You still boxing full-time. You still got to be a daddy and a husband when you get home. So just talk about your camp a little bit and who you have in your support system and all that, man.
First and foremost, man, I think you get the strength from God. So my faith base is definitely where it is. That's where I go to. Secondly, be my team, like my house, my wife, my kids. But I got a solid team, man. I got my original coach is George Hernandez from Del Rio, Texas. I'm now fighting with Jeffrey Mays. He's out of here, Pure Technique Boxing here. Rick Morones, the second to none promotion company, probably the best in the city. So I'm just grateful for those opportunities. He gives us a platform to showcase our skills on. But yeah, man, having the right people around you is definitely key in this camp because it could be mentally overwhelming at times.
No, that's what's up, man. Well, man, we looking forward to your fight. We'll be there. We're looking forward to watching your journey leading up into the fight, right? And just watching you go through your process leading up to the big day. We're looking forward to that. So we want to be there every step of the way. Like I said, we want to keep showing the people like, hey, this is what it takes. This is what he's sacrificing. This is what he's doing to be the man that he is in and out of the ring, right? Because at someday the glove's gonna have to come off, right? Like I played football, he played football, played professional football for a couple of years, but at some point the cleats had to come off. You know what I mean? And so we want to be able to tap in with you and stay locked in with you throughout this whole process.
But I appreciate the opportunity, y'all.
Not for sure, man. For sure, man. But before we have you, before you leave, I understand there's a lot going on. Get you back out there mingling with the people and all that, man. But just give everybody your social, your handles, and all that, man, where they can follow you and really tap in.
Yep. Go follow me on Instagram at Austin_Benson5. Watch the journey, man. Watch success and watch it all unfold.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate you coming on, big dog. We appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you, man. Yes, sir.
Here, press conference started. Press conference started a little bit. Let everybody tune in a little bit and see what's going on.
Now, there's only a few tickets available. Make sure to get those 4 seats. Those are available at a very well priced, $90 a seat. General admission is $55 a seat. Again, those tickets are going fast, so I highly recommend that you get out and get those tickets. We want to thank our sponsors. Lots of sponsors to this event. Let's give them all a round. First, and always, Nathaniel Mack of Mack Injury Attorneys. Let's give them a round of applause. Carson Henry of Sunset Boxing Apparel. Thank you, sir. Ernie Gonzalez of EMC Strategy Group. Government and yes, sir.
So as y'all can hear,
Takeover Sports.
this is big time business. Promotional group, heavily involved, and I mean some heavy hitters along the city in San Antonio. So this isn't a basic halfway done promotional event, man. This is a boxing event where it's a lot of money invested, a lot of time invested, a lot of resources invested, because these people not only want to see good boxing, but have faith and believe in these fighters, man, and their abilities, and want to see them succeed. So definitely looking forward to the actual fight.
Learn great skills, be the best that they can be for over a decade. Now, you've seen him on every TV network. He has been with the best in the world. Mr. TMB Promotions, Rick Morones Jr.
Judge, can I get the mic a little bit, please? Thank you. First and foremost, thank you for everybody that's here today. We appreciate y'all's support for these local fighters. That's what it's about. It's giving them this platform to shine. We thank all the media that's here. It's overwhelming on everybody that's here. So again, like you said, we got 11 exciting fights March 29th, headlined by Javier Pitbull Rodriguez. That's why the event is named The Return.
March 29th, as you heard, March 29th.
As you mentioned,
several big-time fights, some well-known names in the city that will be here.
He said 11.
11.
That's gonna be a good night.
It's gonna be a full card. Gonna be great action. Looking forward to that.
Hey, and then they got the weigh-in on the 28th that night, so I'm looking forward to that too.
But she's here.
Definitely, man. We'll have to try to figure out a way to get the weigh-in done and the fight. We'll make it work. That's what we got to do.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good night. It's going to be a good event.
For sure. So everybody stay tuned. We will come back with more.
Before I get into introducing our fighters again, I can't thank you guys enough. I want to thank the president of TMB Promotions. I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus.
Man, what are you seeing right now?
Hey, it's getting a little chippy in here. Hey, so the last couple guys that went up, they're doing a face-off right now. But I'm telling you, March 29th, we not going to want to miss what's about to happen here in San Antonio.
Well, March 29th, it's about to be on and cracking, man. I got it that y'all saw on earlier, man. Mr. Austin Benson is up now right now with his face off with his opponent, man. They still talking back and forth. Just early banter right now, man. But I can tell that by the time fight night come around, it's gonna be some bad blood in the building.
It's gonna be some bad blood, absolutely, man. These dudes, they leaving it out on the table. They letting them know what's about to happen. Everybody that's went up, the common theme has been you already know what's gonna happen. So it's gonna be exciting to see what exactly happens on March 29th.
Yes, sir. I like this. We already, we 27 days out, man. Still almost roughly a month out, man. And it's already building, man. I can see what's.
But that being said, I do want to thank the great.
Absolutely, man. We just wanted to tap in with y'all real quick. But it's about to go down.
Yo, what's going on? Relentless Purpose Podcast back with another guest, man. We have another young man up and coming, making a name for himself, come from the Valley, right?
Harlingen, Texas.
Yes, sir. Come from Harlingen, Texas. For those of y'all that don't know, that's a good 4-hour ride, I want to say. Something like that. Four and a half, something like that, man. Made the trip here for the press conference. So just kind of talk to everybody a little bit about your story, about your background, what weight class you're fighting at and all that.
In the amateurs, I had over 114 amateur fights with around like 10, 15 losses. I turned professional at the age of 16, and right now I'm currently 4-0. Well, I'm 5-0, but one of my fights isn't on box rec, and I'm fighting at the 126 bracket, so the featherweight bracket. Yeah, that's what I'm fighting at.
So let me ask you this: what made you get into boxing of all the things, right? Because there's not too many fighters that come from the Valley. Right. So what made you pick boxing as that's what you wanted to do with your life?
I'd say being the younger brother. I was the youngest brother of 5. So, being bullied a lot, being the one that got pushed around, thrown in the closet and stuff. I had joined the boxing gym when I was around like 7, 8 years old. And, I fell in love with it. But one thing about me is, I played football growing up, like type of football, little league football, and it's a team sport. That's a sport you got to rely on other people, to succeed. But in boxing, it's just you and your opponent in the ring, and that's something I love about boxing. So, when I joined the sport, my first 3 fights I lost, and when I got my first win, it was the best feeling ever. So, I continue going on with the sport, and that's one thing I'd say why I fell in love with the sport, because it's the one-on-one sport.
So you said your first 3 fights you lost, right? What kept you motivated to keep going? Because you could have quit, you could have walked away after your first 3 fights, right? But what was your purpose? What made you feel like, hey, I gotta get back in there because I gotta get this taste of victory? What made you keep going?
Growing up in my family, I've always been in that blood where we ain't losing. I'm never gonna come out losing no matter what. And the way I saw it was I was 0-3. I'm not gonna quit boxing until I got a winning record. But ever since I got that win, I fell in love with that feeling of winning, and that's what kept me going on with the sport.
I got you, man. That's big, man. So obviously, like you just said, the name of the podcast is Relentless Purpose Podcast. So when you think of relentless, you think of keep going, never giving up, giving everything I got every day, right? So with you being as young as you are, when people see your name, on the fight card, or they see your face pop up on the TV, what do you want them to already know that when you come to fight, this is going to happen?
I'm coming to war. I'm gonna keep coming forward. I'm gonna show my style. I'm gonna show my aura in the ring. That's one thing about me is, I try to show people, I got that aura. I got that class in the style, I got that classy style in the ring. And when I'm gonna come in that ring, it's gonna be wartime. No matter who I'm in the ring with, who I'm fighting, I'm gonna bring the pressure. I'm gonna bring the punches. I'm gonna keep coming forward, and I'm gonna be that dog in the ring.
For sure, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you coming over here, giving us a moment of your time. Introduce yourself to the people out there, man, we have a different kind of reach. This is actually our first live episode of us covering boxing and all that, man. So while we still have you on here, you want to give everybody your social, your handles, whether it be IG, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it might be.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Reggie.mtz_, on Facebook at Reggie at Regalito Martinez, and on TikTok at Reggie.mt_.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate you joining us. Good luck. Appreciate you, man. Good luck. Yes, sir. Man. Another up and coming guy, man. Hungry, man. You can hear it in his voice. You can hear it in his tone, man. I think those early losses kind of helped mold him and show him. And to be honest, man, some of those fighters, when you do get that first taste of defeat, that's when you really know what kind of fighter you have, right? When you see him get ready to bounce back, man, and they have to really, dig in deep, man. He didn't have one, like you just said, he had three. It's tough, especially starting out, man. In today's boxing culture, they want to cancel a fighter after his first loss. You know what I'm saying? So I love to see young men like that, man. This is another reason why I'm glad we tapping into this market. We tapping into it now.
Man, absolutely, man. That's why I was curious. Like, man, you went 0-3. Most people would have said, no, this ain't for me. Right, I gotta go find something else to do with my life and my time. But the fact that he decided to stick with it and get to where he is right now, that's huge.
Yes, sir, man. That's very big, man. And then once again, man, another up and coming guy coming from Harlingen all the way up here for the press conference, man, on a Sunday afternoon, knowing he still has to make that trip back home, man, and just ready to work, honing in his craft, man. Big shout out to his family, man, who came over here just to kind of check out who we were, what we had going on. I actually saw him across the room when they first came in, man, and he made sure he came over here, trying to help promote, his people, man. With that's huge, and that's what it takes in this sport. So many people, especially at the early stages of turning pro, when you're trying to get your name out there, man, you've got to be seen, you got to talk, you got to fight. You know what I'm saying? You've got to do interviews. You got to get on podcasts. You got to network. You got to do all that stuff, man. So huge shout out to his team and his people that brought him over here.
Man, absolutely. And then he's coming up here. He's representing the Valley. He's representing home, right? Like I said, there's not too many fighters coming out of the Valley. Not too many known fighters, right, coming out of there. So for him to make that trip all the way up here to kind of continue building his brand, building his legacy, and getting himself on the map like he is, man, I think that's huge. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do.
For sure, man. But like you were just saying about the Valley, I mean, you can kind of tell the Valley's not really known for boxing like that because he's here. You get what I'm saying? With this promotional group really bringing up and comers, and as you can see, you had people like 11-0, 4-0, whatever it might be. He had to step outside of his comfort zone to grow the name and the brand and what he's trying to be and who he's trying to represent, man. So that's big shout out to him, man. Big shout out to him. Looking forward to him on the card. Looking forward to seeing what he's gonna do, man. Definitely, he definitely gonna be one to watch that we have, man. When we cover fight night, you heard what I said. Yes, we will be covering fight night. It's gonna be a long day. Weigh-in's gonna be a long night, man. As we have to, we go ahead and say it, man. We will be making our way after the weigh-in. We're making our way to Fort Worth for Central 7 tournament, and then coming back Saturday for the fight.
Yep.
Turn around and turning Bird back, man, for the 707. Work don't stop, man.
Hey, man. Hey, like you said, it don't stop, man. It's exciting. We talked about this, man, and it's exciting, man. That drive is not going to be bad. You know what I mean? Especially what we're doing, man. You got the weigh-in on Friday. You got the games on Saturday. You got the fight on Saturday, and then we go back and play again on Sunday and try to bring home a championship. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Starting off like doing what we're doing, man. It's gonna take a lot of groundwork, a lot of leg work, man. And I feel like if we just keep doing what we're doing and staying with the course, man, it's gonna be huge. Welcome back. We got another guest on here that will be showing what he can do on the 29th. Corey. Right, I'm gonna kind of let him explain who he is and tell you a little bit about himself, and then we're gonna hit him with some questions. You good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get it going. Then tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Corey Cadd, originally from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm a professional fighter.
A man of few words. All right, so here we go, man. Corey, nice to meet you, man. I heard a little bit about you when you were up there talking, man. And one of the things with this podcast is called Relentless Purpose, right? So I know you faced some adversity early on before you got in and got into boxing. And one of your stories was when you got out, people didn't really want to give you a chance. You know what I mean? How did you overcome that to get to where you are? If you want to share just a little bit of your story, how did you overcome that to get to where you are today?
Well, overcome is just consistency, putting in that hard work and being on the grind consistently nonstop. You know, like you say, nobody wanted to give me a chance because when I got out of prison, I spent 11 years and then went in when I was 18. So I got out and don't nobody want no 30-year-old prospect. So, you know, I had to get it out the mud, scratch my way to the top.
I got you, man. So with that, you know what I'm saying, that falls right in line with the relentless purpose, right? So we just with TKO, man, that's one thing we've been talking about is it take a different mindset to be a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like it take a different mindset to know I'm standing across the ring from a man who really trying to turn my lights out. If I ain't on my stuff, I can be, you know, I'm laying on my back looking up at the lights, you know what I'm saying? So what you do and have going through the adversity you've gone through, you know you're a little older in the game. You also know you have young up and coming fighters who might be looking at you, right? So going through, coming from where you come from and to where you are now, what advice would you give the youngsters out here that's trying to, you know, come into the game at the early age or even at the age you at now?
Well, for the younger fighters, man, just take your time, stay on your grind, and it ain't no breaks. And, you know, you only as good as your last fight. So, you know, even like the dude I'm fighting, he 14-0, young kid, man, been off 2 years. And he taking me on for his first fight back. That's disrespectful to me.
Yeah, for sure. So all it take is one punch, man. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And that's what I'm known for.
I got you, man. I got you.
Yeah, no, man, definitely looking forward to it, man. I've seen the energy that you brought while you were up there on that stage, man, and I'm like, hey, we got to get him over here. You know what I mean? And we were kind of over here talking, so it's exciting, man. We want to follow you throughout your journey leading up to about a month, still a couple weeks away, about a month away, leading up to the big fight. So we want to definitely show the people like what you're doing in preparation for the fight, and kind of get a little sense of your routine leading up to the big day. So we'll be at the weigh-in, we'll be at the fight that Saturday, man, and we're curious to see what you're gonna do.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to put on the fight.
For sure, man. So I guess my next question will be, for somebody who's watching this podcast, first time they've ever seen you, right? First time they get to meet you. When they see your name come across the fight card, or they see your face pop up on the TV, what do you want them to know about you and your style and what they can expect when you hit the ring?
With me, everything explosive. I'm throwing bombs. I'm fighting hard every time. It's like, man, one of my trainers told me before, he said, man, I need you to fight like you back in the penitentiary and somebody got a knife. So that's how I'm coming.
Now that's real, man. Because like we said, man, everybody one punch away, man. You know what I'm saying? In a fight, in a boxing match, man, a boxer's punch. That's all it takes. One fight, one swing, the wrong step. You know, if you ain't locked in on your P's and Q's, if your defense off, you get a little cocky. You know what I'm saying? That split second is all it takes for lights out. You know what I'm saying? For it to be over. So I'm definitely, like he was saying earlier, man, we are definitely intrigued by the energy you brought in the press conference, you and your matchup. That's especially for the area of San Antonio, man. San Antonio needs that. You know what I'm saying? Because that not only is that good for the viewership, but it shows the passion you have for yourself and this sport. You know what I'm saying? It shows that you really rocking with you and you really know I'm what I got. You know what I'm saying?
You see, I'm finna show him that it's levels to this.
Yes.
You know, man 14-0. The man ain't fought nobody. See, the fans don't understand that. They just see 14-0.
Yeah.
But if you a boxer, you know. You 14-0, nigga, but you ain't fought nobody.
Yeah.
I've been in there with top dogs.
Yeah.
Like savages.
Yeah.
I've been in them. You ain't been in them type of fights. So we finna see.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't saying he can't handle himself, but we finna see.
Yeah.
So I guess one of my next questions would be, right, like, why boxing? Like you got out, man, you could have decided, I want to go do this, I want to go do that. But I guess my question would be like, why boxing? What made you go down that path?
Man, to be honest, when I was in there, I was just thinking like, you know, because I didn't have no job. I was strictly in the streets. And I was just thinking what I was good at. And I was just like, man, I'm good at fighting. Like, I've been knocking people out since I was young, like grown men. So I was like, you know what? Let me do that. Because I was already like kind of like, everybody used to be like, you built like a boxer. And then I used to work out all the time and just, you know, I like fighting. So I just like, man, I'm going to try this.
Yeah.
And I used to watch it all the time and just pick up on it. Like, I just kind of self-taught.
Okay, I got you, man. So with you coming in the game, pushing 30, man, what is your motivation to keep going? Like all of us sitting here right here is above 30. All of us sitting here is above 30, you know what I'm saying? So it's sometimes you wake up in the morning, your back might feel a little stiff, you know what I'm saying? You're a little tired, you can't recover the same way you used to recover, you know what I'm saying, as quickly as you used to recover. So it's just like, bro, like what is it? Like I know for us, with him being, he a firefighter, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the fitness world, coaching and all that.
Respect.
But we not doing what you doing.
Yes, sir.
You putting your whole body on the line every day, you know what I'm saying? So how is that recovering now? Like what motivates you to keep going knowing you hurting from head to toe?
Well, I point it that way because that's my son right there, and he boxed too. So it's like he be right there with me. So I gotta go hard, and I'm trying to show him the way. Like, you know what I'm saying. So I be on it, and he be on it. So he look up to me.
Respect.
He watch me.
Respect.
So if I do, like when I was in prison, I got out. He was like 13, so he was already going down the track that I went. So I had to get out and remold him all the way. So that's enough motivation right there.
Gotcha.
Man, that's what's up, man. Nah, we definitely appreciate you, man. We're not gonna take up too much more of your time, but we appreciate you, man, and we wanna lock in with you and stay tapped in with you throughout this whole process. And again, even after it's over, right after the fight is over, it doesn't end. We want to keep following your journey as you continue to grow, and then get your son on here too, right? We'll start following him and kind of help tracking his progress and stuff like that, man, and see where he's going and start showing up some of his fights too. So we appreciate you for taking the time to stop over here and talk to us.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Got any social media, anything you want somebody to follow you at, man? Get that to everybody, man.
Snapback swag, back with 2 C's and swag with 2 G's.
Hey, time out before we go. I heard when they introduced you, they called you Snapback. You got to give me a little breakdown on that. Before you go, you got to give me a breakdown on that. Because I love Snapback, so you got to give me the breakdown on that.
Well, originally, my name was Snap. Like, my street name was Snap. Go to 0 to 100 real quick. We just gonna sum that up.
Yeah.
When I got out, I just really couldn't. Snap was already taken, and I ended up putting back on, and it just stuck with me, Snapback. And so I'm snapping niggas' heads back.
I got you. Hey, I love it, man. Again, bro. Man, we appreciate you, man.
So,
good luck, bro.
Sure, good luck.
Yes,
sir.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Man, but that's one of the biggest fights of the night, man. It's gonna be one of the biggest fights of the night on the card, man. Definitely looking forward to what's going on. Definitely looking forward to what he got going and how he's gonna be coming, man. So, man, it looks like they getting ready to kick us out, man. They shutting the lights and everything down on us, man. So I don't know what's going on, man. We definitely getting ready to sound off, man, and we get on up out of here, man.
Hey, man, this was fun. This was fun, man. I'm looking forward to continuing to track these guys and like I said, track their progress throughout their training camps and as they're getting ready to fight. Man, that weigh-in, I think that weigh-in gonna be a little chippy. And I think Saturday that fight is gonna be amazing. I think everybody on the card is gonna be amazing. Got to get a sense of the guys when they were up there talking, introducing themselves and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
For sure, man. For sure. But we got to get out. We got to get out. They're getting ready to put us out, man. But we got to get out. But, man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in to the first ever episode of the RP Podcast, TKO, man. We still keeping everything relentless. We still living in our purpose. Our purpose is to give everybody a platform to tell their story. This is just a different way of telling their story, man. Some people have to, live and die by boxing. Some people, their circumstances are different. So boxing is their way of helping their family and also might be helping themselves, man. So as always, man, stay relentless. Do everything with purpose. Relentless Purpose Podcast. We